Let me just go ahead and send these invites in to my Twitter. Okay. These platforms. Okay. Okay. Welcome. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a good Christmas so far. Oh, what? That's. Oh, man. I hope you do feel better, though. Honestly, I got COVID once, and honestly, it wasn't really that good to be honest. So, I had it back in January of this year. I think maybe like a few weeks ago. I think, in November in this year. So, um, honestly, to tell you that COVID is hard to get by. I gotta tell you it is, because I've experienced that before, and it's not fun. It's your second time with it. Gosh, of course it's yeah. Actually, in November it was actually my second time getting it as well. So you're not alone on this one either. So I've had COVID at least two times already. I tested positive for two times of COVID already. It's like I kind of I kind of had my own experience with it, and just yeah, I know it's pretty unfortunate that stuff like this happens. It's not like every day you get to see it's not like every day you get COVID, but unfortunately this stuff happens. I've got to tell you, it happens quite a lot. So uh keep keep hanging in there, feel better, and you know take it one day at a time. Just feel better. That's all I can say. But hello everyone, hope you guys are doing very well today. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to every one of you. um I hope you guys are doing well, um are having a wonderful time with your families and loved ones, and hope you guys are excited to go ahead and do this stream. I just want to tell everybody thank you for coming, and to everyone who's come here today. I really appreciate you. It's really something that I get to do this, and I get to be here with every one of you to get the stream started. So I hope you guys enjoy this stream. Hope we'll have fun, and we're just gonna have a good time here. So um, honestly, there's nothing really happening in gaming right now. But I've checked out quite a bit of things, you know, based on current events and stuff. But nothing really gaming related. But just the fact that just the fact that gaming has gotten quite big, and I've had my own experiences with gaming, and just the fact that you know gaming has been quite a blessing, to be honest. It's really just something, I've grown up with it, and retro gaming is good, and my favorite NES games probably at the moment, you know, when when I when I came here, when the NES was around, I wasn't around when the NES was released, but I still have really great memories of the NES though. And my favorite games, for the NES were the Mario games. The Mario 1, 2, and 3, just to name a few of these games. Cuz honestly, it's quite those are games that a lot of people remember, including myself. Even though I wasn't born in that time period, and everybody will kind of say that I'm a Generation Z on it, but that was like that was really something, and those three games will always be something in my heart. Oh, Contra was the first game I ever played, bro, and the PS2 was my first console through the means of a hand-me-down. Wow, a PS2. Gosh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, the PS2. It was pretty nice. I gotta admit, the PS2 is a pretty good console. I'm not gonna lie. If if Sony were to go back to any time period where it's like games, or whether it's kind of like hardware wise, I would probably say maybe PS2, PS3 era, because those were the two consoles at the time, I think, that you know really made a stepping stone when it came to Sony. It's quite ironic actually, because um, even though PS1 in back in '94 was the first console that Sony ever made. It was the first console that Sony ever made. Even though we can go like way back, that they tried to partner up with Nintendo to have like a system called like and yeah, the Super Nintendo PlayStation or something like that. Can't remember the name, but they did at one point collaborate with Nintendo for they did at one point collaborate on so systems. And you know I get it, PS4 is pretty good too, along with the um along with the current PS5, but nothing will beat PS2 and PS3, since they did have really good games. And PS3 games, the exclusive ones, are pretty good. The prototype keeps getting sold around to private collectors. Only one exists. Oh wow. Goodness. I didn't really know that at all. Can you tell me more about that? Cuz honestly, I I never knew even one existed, and I didn't even know one sold around to private collectors. Cuz honestly, I I've only heard about this through like, through like YouTube channels that talked about the thing, or articles that talked about the prototype, that talked about the prototype of the Nintendo PlayStation, collaboration concert they once had. But just the fact, just the fact that probably I didn't really know about it. Listings keep showing up at the Nintendo PlayStation, and they sell for thousands of dollars. God. It's really that expensive of a system. Goodness. Currently, it's in the hands of an anonymous collector. God, God, I really don't know. Honestly, it's in the hands of an anonymous collector. Goodness, I never really knew about the Nintendo PlayStation. It doesn't even work, which is the most interesting part. Gosh, so this anonymous collector got the console for probably maybe like a couple $1,000, and it doesn't even work. So, like, is it just for show, or like or like it is or like is it not really playable at all? Because I really would like to know. To be honest, it's quite an interesting story. The Nintendo PlayStation. I never really heard for that. Yeah, it's just for show. yeah, I yeah, it's quite interesting of the Nintendo PlayStation. It's quite interesting. Honestly, I didn't really know there was a Nintendo PlayStation until I heard about. Like, no, I don't believe there's even games on it. There's no games whatsoever on this system because if there were games, they would at least let us know. People would at least let us know that yeah, people would at least let us know that they are games, and they would be like a big promotion for this. So it's it's kind of like it's for show because that's that's something, and like I feel like with the Nintendo PlayStation, it's kind of an interesting story, and I feel like they could have worked something out if it worked out in the end. It kind of it kind of mystifies me to the point where I'm kind of interested in knowing more because just the fact that this even actually exists, but it's not playable, is the weirdest thing that I've ever heard. And I mean, it's got no games on it, so you'll probably know. I'll probably just like I know that there's no games on it, and probably it's not really playable at all. But you know, it's just kind of an interesting thing. Like they did at one point want to actually, you know, they did at one point want to actually bring the system to life. It it's not really available to the general public other than you you told me before a anonymous collector knows about it, so actually has it, but it's probably because of scalpers, because scalpers really do things with the PS4 or like the PS5, like they sold the PS5 for maybe like thousands of dollars, or with the recent what? It sold for $360,000. Holy, oh my goodness. Jeez, man, that's quite a bit of money, but like I said before, probably it's scalpers that didn't that knew that they were gonna sell it for a lot, but they just they just happened to have the prototype and sold it to probably this anonymous collector. Yeah, at the most recent auction. Well, the most recent auction, where is that? Like, what is it, eBay or Amazon? Because eBay seems to sell things for quite a lot. You know, seems to sell things for quite a lot. And I think at one point, there was like a PS5 or a Nintendo Entertainment System Mini. I think it was like the Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition. Uh, that sold for like a couple $1,000s, I think, because scalpers were really getting into the thing when they discontinued it. I don't remember, but it was huge news online. Gosh, I kept checking every day. Goodness. But I gotta tell you, uh, the reason why like game consoles or games keep going at a skyrocketing rate is because scalpers get first dibs. And just the fact that what happened with the PS5 and what happened with the NES Classic Edition are prime examples, since the PS the Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition, when it was about to be discontinued, when it actually was discontinued back in like 2019, 2018, I think, that that it sold for maybe like a couple thousand, I think. Uh, Heritage auctions. Wow. But you get it, it like a prime example was the NES Classic Edition, and just the fact that scalpers kept getting the thing like left and right, where people couldn't really find the NES Classic Edition because they had to keep looking, and plus it sold out like crazy in stores. So no wonder that Nintendo discontinued the product altogether, because these scalpers, man, they they try to get easy bucks, and they try to get as many consoles as they can to get some more money to sell these classic consoles. The classic editions got little to no copies, which made them the perfect target for scalpers. Of course, because they were almost all sold out everywhere. They were almost all sold out everywhere. With um the big scandal um was that the NES Classic Edition was selling out like crazy, and these big box stores like Best Buy, Walmart, all these other big retail chains didn't really get no units sold at all, because you know Nintendo didn't really make enough to get the classic editions, which is kind of why it made the perfect target for scalpers. I remember begging my mom for one, and they bought me a fake one claiming to be it. Yeah, yeah, you know, uh, an NES Classic Edition. It was hard to find. I'm not gonna lie, and and buying a fake one. I don't know if it was even. I don't know. I don't know if that was a fake. Well, a fake one. You told me it was a fake one, but like I don't know if it was like one of the original consoles, or that she bought on eBay, or or was it like a knockoff, like a knockoff console, like a Chinese knockoff? Like, specifically, like what is it? You know, like yeah, because these consoles are hard to find, and it it was the biggest scandal at the time, back when like Switch was almost about to come out too. So that was one of the things. No, it was one of those 501 types. Gosh, I never know what those are, uh, but I think it was in a contest. I don't know, but I I don't really know how to answer that. But to be honest, like I said before, scalpers always get first dibs, and they always and when I talk about like the NES Classic editions, the NES Classic Edition, they always got like first dibs on the thing because Nintendo didn't really sell the damn thing to begin with. Didn't really like sell enough to begin with. It sold really well, I think. I'm not too sure, but there was not really enough units to get everything. There was really not enough to meet the demand, and the fact that they didn't really supply much to meet the demand is something that baffles my mind. It's a type of Chinese knockoff, really cheaply made with a bunch of duplicated games and over for 500 pages on a cheap plastic console. Yeah, like those what are those consoles um that one artist tried to sell up as like a Chinese knockoff. Yeah, yeah, Soldier Boy, the one, yeah, him, the one that tried to scam like maybe like half the world just to get his knockoff consoles apparently, since he wanted to make it big in the industry after being irrelevant as a rapper. And he had all these consoles, these knockoff consoles with ROMs on them. And the fact that you're talking about the Chinese knockoff console that you got really brings up this point, because um if you don't know who Soldier Boy is, he's like a rapper that was irrelevant. It was honestly hilarious. I'll give him that. Yeah, it was real hilarious. It's just the fact that he uh he tried to make it big in the industry, and with all those ROMs that he had, Nintendo went after him for it. Nintendo did, and after that he wanted to he after that he started another one. He started another Chinese knockoff thing, and that was honestly hilarious. Like those like little things. I'll show you a picture of it. It's like he made Crank, that it was one of my favorite songs for a while. Yeah, Crank. The one of the good songs. I haven't heard of him. Like I haven't heard his music, but he sounds pretty hilarious to be doing that. It's not. It's really just like some Soja Boy. It's like one of these consoles here. have display capture. It's one of these. So it's kind of like a console with it looks like a Game Boy, but with like six buttons here and buttons here, like three buttons here on the bottom, and then there's like a control stick, like a joystick here. Yeah, honestly, it was kind of pathetic, honestly. So it kind of just yeah, it was a fake Game Boy. You're right. It was a fake Game Boy. Looking at that image there, it is a fake Game Boy. So I'm kind of like debating like I kind of it was kind of laughable to be honest. Since he tried to make it in the gaming industry. He tried to make it in the gaming industry, but so far he had failed. And I think I remember like one like a couple videos from like Review Tech USA talking about this particular fake Game Boy console. It was great, man. I kind of wish it was still going. Yeah, cause you know, Review Tech USA Rich from Review Tech USA had like a couple videos up on his channel like discussing about this, and honestly it was pretty laughable since he got the thing back in like I have to say maybe back in 2018, 2019, and he waited for maybe like almost like a couple years, maybe till like 20 like September 2021. So he waited like a couple years for the thing to come out. And you know, there was like a lot of things that that he got a lot of evidence pertaining to what was happening. He got like tweets like people were mad. People were just were like the emails that yeah, he waited that long. He waited that long. I can tell, yeah, I can tell you that he waited that long to um to actually get the actual console. And I think the only one that got the console was like this celebrity. This celebrity that I think nobody knew about, but I think it was a she that got it. But she got it, and you know I think she reviewed the thing, but you know it the employees there, like the AI, was they were kind of like, yeah, I couldn't imagine waiting that long for a Soldier Boy console. Give me a break, like you send me emails. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like like let's say like if I was going to so like let's say if I bought one of these freaking consoles right now, like if I said that we were gonna buy like a fake Game Boy console, like this Game Boy console in specific, like let's say that hey I paid for it and crap, but um just it's like waiting that long for the KFC console. The KFC console, was that a Kentucky Fried Chicken console? What Colonel did Colonel Sanders get a did Colonel Sanders get like a sponsorship For this, for the KFC console, or was that like a knockoff console? Um, or was that a knockoff console? I really don't know, to be honest. Mm-mm. Yeah, no, I never heard. That was gonna be a real thing. It never came to fruition. God, I wonder why. I wonder why. Kentucky Fried Chicken console. Weird. I know it's weird that a fryer, a fryer to fry your chicken while you're playing. God, that that that, that is beyond kind of weird. Honestly, I I don't know who comes up with this. I can play games like a modern gaming computer. It will try to compete with the modern gaming computer. That's a joke. That's a real joke. Cause probably no console has come even close to looking like a modern gaming computer other than like the Xbox consoles. That's a fact. That's a real fact. It's a real fact. I can tell you that it's a real fact. I can tell you that that's a fact. Sonic the Hedgehog tier list, all Mario games from 98, 85 to 2022. Uh, let's go with this one. I'm only gonna do like a few games in this one. So let's see what we get here. And I'm gonna check the here. So you could be heating up your chicken and playing Overwatch. Ha! Yeah, like that would ever happen. Or Fortnite, whichever you prefer personally. I don't prefer either. Of course, I don't prefer any of them. Fortnite, I gotta tell you, Fortnite to me was not really all that fun, to be honest. After they done all the chapters and stuff, I didn't really keep up with it. And plus, I only played it for like a certain amount of time. Like when it just started getting popular, like around when my channel was young, like around 2018, 2019, I would say. Like the years. Like those are the years. So, you know, something that I really don't prefer. And I don't know, I never played Overwatch, and I haven't really seen any tournaments of it, so I can't really give my opinion on Overwatch. But I really don't prefer it either because I never played the thing before. So that's a fact. OB in a fight, the guy builds a dank fortress, and it's like, what's the point in fighting back? So really, so this guy builds a dank fortress out of like things that you can do in Fortnite, like like the little cardboard things. Like you build a damn fortress. So what's the point in even fighting back, huh? Like, so what's the point in even fighting back? Because you already know that you're already safe there. So nobody can really get to you. So yeah, I kind of agree. What's the point in fighting back? Yeah. Gosh, we're gonna start with Super Mario Brothers. Uh, I really don't know what to say around this. It's probably around the C average, maybe B average. Considering I'm gonna put it in B, since kind of like doing that. But I have a whole list of games to go through. But we're gonna start off maybe like a couple games here. All Stars, I gotta say, it's a remake. It's a really good remake, but they didn't really change anything about it. So I'm gonna probably put that in like a C tier. It's a really good remake. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good remake. It's for the Wii. But they didn't really change anything about it. That's the thing. They didn't really change anything about the All Stars. Like, like, you know, it's great that they have it for the Wii, but what's the point of having a Wii version, a 25-year-old year anniversary of Super Mario All Stars that came out in like '93? What's the point of that? Like, what's the point? That's kind of like my point on this. Yeah, yeah, it's unfair, especially since I can't build. Of course, and and I used to play it back in the day, and I couldn't even build, and I couldn't even know the typical concepts of Fortnite, and you know I feel like I just gave up on it after that. And after 2018, I never looked back. That's true. They could have made a 3D version of All Stars. At least you guys had got the ability to just use the new Super Mario Bros. Graphics. Yeah, you know. Yeah, they could have made a 3D version of All Stars. I mean, they did. They did, but with Super Mario Galaxy 64 and Sunshine. I don't know if that was enough, but that that could have been something. I that's something. At least they did something. And those games are really true classics. Sunshine, I never played Sunshine before. Um when I played it on the Nintendo Switch, it's pretty good actually. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know that, but yeah, but you get my point. Like 3D All Stars, like you get my point. All Stars isn't really all that different from the SNES version of the game. That came out in '93. Get that? Like it's just a uh yeah, it was sad. They didn't really change anything at all. I'm gonna be honest. I really am gonna be honest here. They didn't really change anything at all. Just uh just a few incremental improvements the like the set, like they didn't really change any of the graphics at all. That's the point. Like they didn't really change anything of the graphics at all. Yeah, Super Mario 64 wasn't in 16:9. Yeah. I mean, it did feel right. I gotta be honest here. Sunshine at least did do justice because I never played that before. But Mario 64 and, yeah, they didn't include Galaxy 2 either. That's the sad thing about it. They included only Galaxy 1. They included Galaxy 1. That was it. They didn't even include Galaxy 2. Like, and to top it all off, the one thing you do get is like the soundtracks for these things. Like what's the point of having these soundtracks when you could just view it on YouTube. Like you can just view it on YouTube. But I get it, with like music channels that, that probably could have copyright issues with Nintendo. I get that. But there's millions of other ways to view Mario music. Like there's a billion other ways. Like did we not get that already? Like seriously? Like couldn't we didn't we just didn't that include the original game already? Wasn't that in the original game already? Like seriously. That that's kind of my point here. I gotta tell you. It's kinda like my point here. Ah, Super Mario 3D World. It's at least an A tier for me. I'm gonna be honest, I love Super Mario 3D World. And along with the Bowser's Fury, honestly. Yeah. The actual port of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's was pretty good. Honestly, they did improve a little bit from the Wii U version, but Super Mario 3D World was still the same as always. But I did like the fact that they um that they added Bowser's Fury to it. That's kind of like my point here too. hmm Even though like Super Mario 3D World, the base game doesn't really change at all. Bowser's Fury was a pretty good addition, pretty neat addition actually. They didn't even, yeah. What's stopping me from just emulating the game myself? Is in much better quality. Yeah. Like, what's the point of what's the point of getting these ports? Like I'm gonna go back to like the Super Mario 3D All Stars thing. Like like to answer this, like yeah, like I get it. Like what's the point? What's stopping you from emulating these games? Like what's the point of getting these games when you're just not gonna change anything? You get emulating the game. Emulating the game is in much better quality. Tell you that I can tell you firsthand. I can tell you firsthand. It emulating the game is in much better quality. So basically, just that. Yeah, if you want to celebrate an anniversary, at least do it right. Yeah, yeah. I know that. I know that 3D All Stars was a disappointment, and I know that the the Wii exclusive of Super Mario All Stars is a disappointment. I felt like it was a really big disappointment since it didn't really change anything at all. Since it was just the same games, but burned into a disc. Like, that's all I can say. Like they didn't really do anything. They just burned those four games onto a freaking disc, and nothing was ever done. Like, what's the difference between the Wii version of Super Mario All Stars and the original version, which is the SNES version? What's the difference here? There's no difference really. There, it's just the same damn thing that we probably have done at almost a million times. And these games, you know, Super Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros 2, 3, and Lost Levels, you can play these like many different ways, like I said before too. Yeah, I love how they market Super Mario All Stars being available only till March 31st. That then I saw for like 3 months and nobody wanted it. Of course, Super Mario 3D All Stars. Yeah, of course. Like it's a limited time thing. Like Nintendo didn't really do anything. I'm gonna be honest. The 35th anniversary, to be honest, of Mario was pretty was sad, to be honest. I gotta admit, you know, even though there was like good things going for it, like Super Mario Bros. 35, or you know the Game and Watch Super Mario Bros. Editions, like the skin for the Game and Watch. Yeah, I get that, and the the Game and Watch things. Like, what was even the point of getting those? Yeah, Nintendo didn't care anymore. I gotta give you that. Nintendo didn't even care anymore. Like, ever since, I'm gonna be honest with you, ever since, um, I would say 2017, maybe 2019 or 2018, to be honest, if we're going back, um, Nintendo hasn't really cared at all anymore. Because look at the amount of ports that the the Nintendo Switch has had. And there are some good games in there. Don't get me wrong. Like there's been Mario Party Superstars. And there's been Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah, those games are pretty good. But if I'm talking outside of those games, like, you know, just broad, like um the ports with Mario Kart, uh the Mario Golf, or Wii Sports, or actually no, Switch Sports. I'm sorry, Switch Sports. Yeah, Switch Sports, and Mario Strikers. You know, you know. I feel like since like 2017, like when they started promoting the Switch, like when they started to get games for the Switch, ever since like 2018, they haven't really cared anymore. Honestly, if I could give you that, they haven't really cared anymore. I think they just need one big Mario collection, man. Everything we want in there. I gotta say, I would be very interested into seeing that idea. All from throughout its history. Of course, I would love to see that. I really would love to see that. But I'm kind of worried about it at the same time. Here's why. So if you account with Super Mario 3D All Stars and the way that the Switch has gone, you know, I feel like they're gonna run all of those into the ground. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I know. The fan base would be happy and wouldn't want anymore. I get that. Now, um, now I'll be honest here. If they gotta change things here, like if they're gonna do one big Mario collection, everything that we want in there, I expect maybe like like a few changes from under the hood. That's no excuse. Yeah, like yeah, I totally am right because it, I expect there to be a few changes if they're gonna have that. If they're gonna have like, I get it. Your idea would be great. Don't get me wrong. Your idea is great, but at the same time, you gotta think like like yeah, they would find any way possible to ruin it. Like I get it. You want a big collection of these games, like from '85 to like this year, and I get that. But what you have to realize is, what if there's no changes? What if there is no graphical changes, or whether if it's graphical changes, they're gonna they're gonna just focus on the graphical changes and not change the gameplay at all. You know, that's the worrying part that gets me. Like, like they're gonna change one thing or they're not gonna change anything at all. Like that's the thing. You're just kicking us, but we're not. Yeah, I get it. That's that's something that I feel like we should. Uh, I feel like I'm worried about because you know I I get to be quite frankly honest with you. The way you worded that idea was a pretty good idea, but after all I just said, I I really think they're gonna find a way to to bring that down. They're gonna they're gonna possibly ruin it, because like I just described, if they're gonna do any changes, they're probably gonna do some graphical changes or not change anything at all. Like that's the thing, and it's something that I worry about. And Nintendo hasn't really been a good enough company to really show us like what what we want. Nintendo hasn't really shown us at all to what we want, to what fans want. They haven't really shown us at all, and I gotta tell you, with that, I'm feeling like all of this wouldn't happen if Nintendo just kind of just listened. I I'm frankly gonna be honest. I'm honest. I'm honest to God about this. And I could say a lot of things about Nintendo. I could say like for maybe 2 hours. I could say many things about Nintendo, and I could be here for maybe like 2 hours a day, here, just speaking about it. And Nintendo Switch Online. That's gone down the crapper. That's gone down the crapper. The damn crapper. Um, Switch Online was not what it could have been. Yeah, yeah. If Nintendo had better listening skills, they'll be 12 times richer. I guarantee it. Yeah, I know. And yeah, like I said, like, like a collection wouldn't do any better at all either, because they would just find a way to ruin it. And I could talk about a lot of different things, you know, and just like Like my teacher says, listening is a skill, hearing is a sense. Of course. It's a skill and it's a sense. Hearing is a sense. And it's common sense. I'm gonna be honest. Um and not just not just the Super Mario 3D All Stars that we're talking about here. I'm talking about maybe like the online. They didn't really deliver on online. And look at where we are now. We got a bare bones online here. We got a bare bones online. We got cloud says that you gotta pay for, and you got all these different freaking tiers where you have the online expansion pack or you want the regular version, and that's it. And then you get like the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe booster pack thing. Like, come on now, like, are you kidding me? Like, is that all you can do? Like, is that all Nintendo can do? Like, just yeah, Famicom Online. You know, I I get you can play the old games, but if we're looking realistically, what do we get here? Like, what do we get here? Oh, nice. But like, what? Like, back to this. Like, what do we get besides that? Yeah, yeah, it's all in Japanese, but But like I said, like other than like the retro stuff, what do we get as like a bonus? Like the benefits the benefits that are there in the Switch Online thing, we could have gotten that for free. Like like online, like like Mario Kart Wii, we could play online for free. We could have leaderboards. We could have all these different things. And with Switch Online, with Switch, it's not even possible anymore. And what else do they bring to the table other than just you know retro games? Like, what is the point? Like, yeah, like it's Bucky. Like, you get you get no sort of you get no sort of benefit out of it. Like at this point, you should just have it for free. I'm gonna be honest, you just are gonna have it for free. I I seriously don't understand why it can't just be for free. I just don't understand it. Since back in 17, we used to have these for free, and Nintendo doesn't even seem to try at this point. And with the Switch Online, they're failing. Even though they got like legacy games going for them. Like, that's the only thing I can say. But other than that, make my mom pay $9 a month for me to not even use my Switch because you still haven't bothered to roll out a software update that fixes my Switch. Of course, of course not. Yeah, you make people pay $9 a month or whatever, like $10 a month to use the Switch, and haven't bothered to put out a update for the thing, and it's crazy. It's been out for almost like since 2018, so we're going back like maybe 4 years at this point. 4 years, and just the fact that we get this, it's kind of surreal. It's kind of just like, what's the point? Nintendo isn't even trying anymore, to be honest. I gotta say, I I I I'm fairly disappointed in how we're being treated. How us fans are being treated by Nintendo, and how yeah, it feels almost criminal. I gotta be honest. If Nintendo did things right, if Nintendo had just actually listened to the fans, and if Nintendo didn't make these stupid decisions where we get we get half-ass ports, and we get things that yeah, needs to wake up and fix themselves. I gotta be honest, yeah, yeah, Nintendo HQ, somebody over there needs to wake up and fix themselves. You are totally right, and you know, I'm honestly, yeah, I'm a fan of many different things, man. And Nintendo and Cartoon Network are both doing the exact same thing. I gotta be honest, yeah, you know, Nintendo does the exact same thing, and you know, Cartoon Network does the exact same thing with their scheduling, you know, um, with their schedule, you know, TTG and with Teen Titans Go being like the bread and butter of of their network. Like, is there not any other thing that we can get? Is that too much to ask? Like, like Nintendo as well. Can we get something that's actually decent? Can we actually get something that's decent without like just sacrificing quality? Yeah, nonstop. Yeah, like it's the same thing. Like Nintendo, can we not get something quality? And Cartoon Network, can we get not the same damn shows for like maybe like a couple hours a week for every day, like a couple hours a day. Like, seriously? And they just canceled Craig. Yes, they just canceled Craig. Can we get a Nintendo Direct that isn't an indie Direct? Of course. As well. Why? Like, why can't we just have things that are good quality? Like, why can't why can't Nintendo just listen to their fans and listen to what we have to say? This is honestly getting so ridiculous. I feel like, this past this past like year like this past couple years for Nintendo has just gone down the rabbit hole. And look what happened with Mario Strikers Battle League. That game is an unfinished product. And Switch Sports was an unfinished game as well. And they just did updates to these things, and I'm severely disappointed. So yeah, you can honestly tell me like what is the point of getting these things? Like, is this some kind of game to them? Like, what is going on here? I'm gonna be honest. I really am gonna be transparently honest here. So, all right, it's something that I really don't get at all. Yeah, I know. We haven't had any new games here. We haven't had any new games, and just the fact that we haven't had a new Mario sports game is just terrible. We're gonna just put it in S tier. Um, Okay. All right. Yeah, I know. It's getting about to be like 8:30 to be honest. I think I'm gonna be jumping off here. So um if you guys like this stream so far, I'm I'm very happy that you guys came. I was expecting you guys to come, and I wanted to have a grand old time, and thank you for that. I'm I'm happy, and I love to spend holidays with you guys. So you know I hope you guys have a good holiday season. Hope you guys having a great are having a great Merry Christmas wherever you are. Spend the time with their loved ones and just you know keep going on to your new year and you know everything else. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And you know, I really would like to do streams. I really would like to do streams for like the next. So so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Oh, I will forget to ask this, and I'm going to ask it now. So, would you guys like to see a end of year 2022 review video? Would you guys like to see a video like a 2022 end of year video, like a clip show or something? Would you guys like to see that? That's what I'm gonna ask, because I really would like your guys' opinion on this. Before I forget, before I jump off here, like, do you guys want to see a 2022 end of year review? Yes. Well, of course. I will get to that right away. I will get to that right away. As soon as I get out this stream, I'll get on it right away. Yeah, like a recap, like memories, just to kind of reminisce on all gaming news, like all gaming news, everything about it. But I might do individual topics. Like I might do like gaming news first, maybe move on to gameplays, then maybe move on to discussions. Then probably that's how it's gonna go. But that's what I'm gonna do. So um, that's how I'm gonna probably do the 2022 end of year recap. So I would really look forward to you guys. I would really look forward to doing this for you guys, and I would I would honestly like this. Yeah, of course. I'll get to that right away. Thank you guys for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and have a good day.